Kenzie Johnston with Cattle News Central, bringing you your Sunday evening, your January 15th cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by Idaho Livestock. Their American Aberdeen cattle are different by design. American Aberdeens are smaller, more efficient cattle, allowing producers to feed less and run 20 to 30% more cattle, something that you can't do with large frame 1,400 to 1,500 pound cows. This results in more calves to sell, which equates into a more profitable bottom line. It's all about pounds per acre, not pounds per animal. For efficient calving specialist bulls, check out Idaho Livestock from Hayden, Idaho and Mitchell, Nebraska. Go ahead and contact Program Manager Dean Pike at 303-810-7605 or head on over to idlivestock.com. Politico has reported in an unreported letter, Ag Secretary Tom Vilsack informed Congress that the federal government cannot afford to cut ties with JBS South America due to rampant consolidation in the meatpacking industry, despite the fact that JBS South America's parent company, J&F Investimento South America, pled guilty to bribery. J&F paid a $256 million fine to the U.S. back in 2020 to resolve charges of bribing Brazilian officials. So our government is just going to continue to do business with a corrupt company like JBS. Nothing to see here. According to Vilsack, if JBS were to be barred from government contracts, such actions would hurt taxpayers because there are so few players in the meatpacking industry. Vilsack believes securing affordable food for the range of needs the government must provide for, from school lunches to meals for soldiers, may be inhibited. But keep in mind, under the law governing federal purchases of supplies and services, a contractor may be cut off from federal contracts for conduct including antitrust violations or bribery. The Ag Secretary's letter was wrote in response to a June 2022 request from former House Oversight Chair Carolyn Maloney, she is a Democrat from New York, demanding he review contracts with JBS USA. According to Maloney, while many Americans are struggling to put food on their tables, it's troubling to see taxpayer dollars going to a major agribusiness that has such a horrendous record of legal violations. Of course, Maloney is not only referring to legal troubles which JBS has been involved with, she is also referring to the company's subsidiaries and contractors. An example of this is Pilgrim's Pride, a JBS USA subsidiary. Back in 2021, as we can all remember, the poultry giant pled guilty to federal price fixing charges, paying more than $100 million in fines. Besides being concerned about bribery and price-fixing scandals, lawmakers have also raised concerns about the millions of dollars in pandemic bailout money JBS has received. Since October 2017, JBS has received almost $400 million in federal contracts for providing food and services for programs including nutrition assistance, school and summer meal programs, as well as food banks. At the end of the day, the American government has essentially backed themselves in a corner with very few options to purchase from in our ag industry, because every sector of our industry continues to become more and more concentrated. From beef to cereal, we continue to see concentration across the board. But despite this, Vilsack claims that the USDA is doing its best to increase competition in the beef and poultry markets, pointing to the department's rulemakings and $1 billion in spending to increase meat and poultry processing capacity. He also claims USDA is working to diversify the sources from which it buys. This update is also sponsored by Circle 5 Cow School. If you want to learn how to preg check your own cows or start AIing, Circle 5 Cow School is definitely the way to go. They're going to be hosting a school down in Russellville, Alabama on January 27th and 28th. If you're in that area, I encourage you to check them out. And if you just want to check out their schedule, head on over to www.circle5cowschool.com. That's the number 5 in there. Or you can go ahead and just give them a follow on Facebook. Meeting Place has reported Last week, Cattlemen's Heritage Beef Company finalized its purchase of a 132-acre site in Mills County, Iowa, that will serve as the location of its beef processing facility. Cattlemen's Heritage first announced its plan to build the $520 million facility back in June of 2021. The plant is expected to have a daily harvest capacity of 2,000 head and employ up to 800 workers. It's also expected to have an economic impact of $1.1 billion annually on the local economy. Finally, CNN Business has reported with the surge in egg prices, U.S. egg suppliers are seeing their profits significantly increase. Cal-Maine Foods, the largest producer and distributor of eggs in the United States, saw its profit increase by 65% to $198 million during the first 3 months of 2022. As we all know, the spike in egg prices is because of the bird flu and also because of increased input costs for producers. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful weather. You guys have yourself a wonderful Monday. I'll catch you later.